Hey guys. Okay, so this is the second part of my page 2. Yes, that's telling me that I have to do a voiceover for this one. I've been doing the voiceovers because I'm crafting during the day now that I have a movie maker thingy that can do voiceovers. So I'm crafting during the day while my parents are watching TV and life's happening in the house. And although I just prefer talking to you as I go, but this is better. It allows me to get a few more things done and show stuff to you a lot faster. Anyway, this is a belly band on the inside front cover of the page that we're doing. Checking here to make sure that both those pieces were the same. Now this belly band is 9.5 inches high by I think about 4 inches, maybe 4.25 inches wide. And no, I think it is 4 inches wide. And I'm showing you this element specifically because I am taking a lot of little pieces and parts to make this element instead of using a whole another sheet of paper or cutting into another sheet of paper. Obviously the 8x8s won't fit on this. It's 9.5 inches, and I'm saving my 12x12s as like they're gold. So but this 4x6 card, I'm gonna add this gold trim, the piping, to this. I used this gold piping on the cover of the book, and when I use an element, I like to make sure that I use it at least 2 to 3 times total in whatever it is that I'm making, book or journal, that kind of thing, so that there's just not this odd thing that you see only once and doesn't really go anywhere else. So there you go. Anyway, when you look at piping, there's one side that comes from the bottom of the piping, and so if you glue your paper on the top of the white part, and the piping part will naturally sit there and come over the edge of your paper. And so that's what I was doing when I was trying to figure out which way to go at it with. But if you ever come across some piping, buy it. Thrift store, garage sale. I think I got all of this piping for about $1. It's amazing how one person's junk is another person's treasure, because I couldn't get the money out of my hands fast enough. Yeah, thumbs up. There you go. Anyway, this black paper, I don't know what the name of that Martha Stewart punch is. I was hoping one of you guys would tell me. I'm gonna lay it all on you. You've probably had even less time than I have, since it's mine, to go and look and see what the heck the name of it is. And I want to say that it was on a clearance somewhere, and I bought it because they didn't make it anymore. But that's not to say that you couldn't find it somewhere. But anyway, it'd still be nice to know what the heck this silly thing is called. Anyway, and I'm sorry for putting black on black and expecting you to be able to see what it is that I'm doing. but when it's all said and done and it goes on to the blue paper, you'll be able to see everything. And you can see where I'm cutting that at. The piping is unraveling a little bit, and I don't show it on camera, but I take the art glitter glue, and I kind of squeeze it into the center of each end, and then I kind of form it into, I don't want to say a tip, but to kind of form it into the size of the piping was originally, and let it dry. And that way it, it's kind of like putting fray check on a bit of fabric. So I chose to do it with the art glitter glue instead of Fabri-Tac, because you got a lot more control of the glitter glue than you do the Fabri-Tac when you're working it. I felt I would anyway. Okay, so we're just getting the other side of this piece done. Excuse me. I have actually done this voiceover, I think now is the 4th time, so I'm getting a little hoarse. Oh my gosh, the first time it didn't record. The second time I got interrupted halfway through, and I don't know how to do that yet, so I just stopped everything. And the third time there was an error on the file, so I'm trying it all over again. The 4th time's a charm. If you don't get it this time, you won't know why, but you'll just get a video with no sound. Oh, and then I glue my page down. Good thing that part of the black paper isn't going to show. It's going to get covered up, so I was a lucky little girl. Another reason not to work on top of your papers that your book is. Don't work on top of that stuff. Put it off to the side and just work on the paper you're working on at the moment. So, because it's just, I don't know how many times I have had to reconfigure or redo something because I'm working on top of and this one, really, I'm having anxiety about the amount of paper I've got to finish this book up anyway. I should have totally only made it 4 pages long instead of 6 pages, but we're going to do it. We're going to definitely do it. It's just getting a little more interesting as I get through. But anywho, yes, it's down. One thing I wanted to tell you, because we're getting ready to glue this down onto the belly band, and if you use baby wipes, I strongly recommend you use baby wipes, but take some out and let them dry completely. Now, I used to take them out and let them dry somewhat and have them damp and use them. But I tell you, I found, I think Tammy Merrill, Country Craft Creations. I don't work for them. I'm not making any money off of them. But I watch her videos, and she uses a dry baby wipe. So I started using a dry baby wipe to see, if I really liked it, and I do. It doesn't leave residue. I would have thought that it would hook onto paper or whatever. Doesn't. Yeah, I've not had any problems with it, so I would highly recommend you trying it out for yourself. I gotta stop doing the thumbs up thing, because that's really kind of I don't know what I was trying to say. Yeah, that looks good. So anyway, so I'm getting the glue down. Now you could totally, if you wanted to, just glue 3 sides down and have one side with tags coming out of it if you wanted. And I think at one point during this I had thought maybe I would do that, but obviously I ended up not. But I'm putting a little bit of glue because I definitely want to get these decorative edges glued down. I don't want them to get battered around and that kind of thing. But this was another reason I was mentioning the dry baby wipes, because you know, anytime you're gluing something like this, you are going to get the glue to come out, seep out the sides. You're going to get seepage, people. You're going to get seepage. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a little slap happy on this puppy. Yes. So you're gonna see me in a minute get really ridiculous, and why I didn't grab for the dry baby wipe, I don't know. But we're all gonna have a little laugh and watch me. Yesterday, or well, page 1, you saw me go bonkers with my little ruler trying to match up perfectly, measure, move, and measure. And now I don't even, you can't even see what I'm picking at, but it's just little bits of glue that have squirted out the sides, and if I just would have taken and wiped it off, I would have been fine. So I'm sorry. I'm apologizing to you profusely. So sorry. Holy Hannah, let's move on. But like I said, I am not going to show you all of the rest. You will see it when I'm done. I do a little walkthrough. Now, belly bands do tend to get pulled on, and so I am using the score tape, and I am putting them in the center of the flap where I will be able to put glue around, completely around it, and that's pretty much the way I like to do it when I use the tape. And you'll see I'm folding over the edges, and you'll see me do it a couple times. You don't want any of that stuff to hang over the edge, because it's just unsightly and it never goes away. And you can't like rub it off. You have to get your X-Acto knife or something and just pick at it until you can get it cut off of there. It's kind of a pain, so it's better just to get it taken care of right at the beginning. So now, of course, I'm going to be eyeballing, which you all know I'm not very good at, but I think I end up getting it pretty well. And I'm leaving just a little bit, like 1/8 of an inch on the top and the bottom. There we go. Me like, it's so pretty. Yes, belly band. Again with the thumbs up. Sorry, I'm going to try and stop that. Now, these are 2 pieces that I had left over from another piece. I end up actually flipping them over and using the opposite side, but what I'm showing you is they're too short. So I have a strip of paper that I got from one of the 8x8 pieces that I cut all up, and it actually works where I have a little piece on both the top and the bottom of both one of these pieces that are tucking in underneath the belly band, and that gives me my total height that I needed. And there was enough in this one sheet to get all of those done. So I was really tickled with that. So yeah, that's just way too many peacock feathers. So here is, I'm all done with it. I have it flipped over on the back side so you can see now. I should be putting the glue down the centers of those black pieces of paper, but this side I put it off to the side of the black sheet of paper. Now I end up putting enough glue on it so it is no problem, but I should have, like I did this side, put it down at least partially on the black paper. I'm still leaving myself with enough room to get glue on the edges, so I'm very happy with that part. Now this blue sheet of paper that I'm putting this score tape on is the coordinations paper, where you can like emboss it and sand it down, and it's got a core in it that's different than the papers that are on top of it. So that's why you see me cutting the score tape, because I don't want to be pulling the fibers away from the core, and I start ripping it, but I'm ripping it before I'm putting it down on the paper, and which works well too. You just have to kind of be careful that you don't get it all balled up. Kind of a weird glue piece, but anyway. So now I'm going to, you always want to remember that you want to burnish your score tape. There you go. Okay, so now we flip it over. Now here's my big, huge pocket, and I've used that trim, and that is a big tag in there. Now there's the paper, and you see the top and the bottom where the ladies are, that little piece that I added to make that paper long enough. And there's tags inside both of those, but I haven't done anything with my tags yet because I don't know what kind of paper I'm going to have left over. And there's that little tuck spot there with that card, and then inside that with the ladies. So that is my page. Page number 2, I'm going to put glue all over the outside and then in between each one of those score tape things, and that's it. Thanks guys, I appreciate it. Talk at you later.